A day after one of the biggest protests recently seen in Malaysia's capital, police were still stationed around Independence Square. A court order barring public entry was still in place, even if the razor wire barricades there to enforce it lay in disarray. They'd been breached on Saturday as a group of Bersih protesters defied the public promise to respect police lines and tried to rush the square. The immediate response was overwhelming, a barrage of chemically laced water and tear gas. But it's what happened more than 2 hours later that's left authorities with difficult questions to answer. We witnessed several protesters being held by groups of officers while others beat, kicked or slapped them. Like many media organizations trying to cover the event, we were aggressively prevented from filming such incidents. Our camera eventually smashed to the ground and disabled. The Malaysian government says Bersih's inability to prevent its supporters from breaking police barricades is further justification for its decision to ban them from Merdeka Square. But they've been less forthcoming about the police violence that we and others have documented. In fact, after the protest, the Home Minister issued a statement praising police for their professionalism and restraint. After he joined the Prime Minister, Najib Razak, on a visit to injured policemen and others in hospital, we put to him what we'd witnessed.
It's not to me or to anybody else, to the courts. And if the police are at fault, you cannot blame the whole police force for it, because most of them were disciplined.
The wider question is what another day of violence will do to Malaysia's politics. The Bersih movement has been calling for electoral reform for 5 years. It says a reform plan announced this month is flawed and won't be ready for the next election, widely tipped for June.
I think now there is a bit more uncertainty relating to the possible election date, largely because, the way that the public is going to perceive the event is going to be very mixed, and people are more deeply polarized now.
The government maintains that the violence would not have happened if protesters had accepted the offer of an alternative venue and insists it has embarked on a program of liberalizing reform. But the response of a large number of its uniformed officers will make that message a tougher sell in what's still likely to be an election year. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Kuala Lumpur.